Check one, check two. Check one, check two, going live. And we're live. We are live, July 9 in the year 2024. Election season is amongst us. We are in the season to be happy. La 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 la. La 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 la. The big question: when will Joe Biden drop out? When will Joe Biden drop out? When will Joe Biden drop out? Because we're waiting for Camilla. Oh, Camilla, the great black hope. Camilla, la 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 la. Or could it be? I hear the sound of Michelle Obama. President Michelle Obama. She checks all the boxes. Black Michelle Obama. Female Michelle Obama. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the program. Wow. It's been an interesting election season so far. Lots of fireworks. The lead candidate, the president of the United States, looks like he's going to drop out. Right? How is that going to happen? How it does look like. All right. If you listen to some of the smarter minds online, the people that follow politics on a daily basis, it does seem that almost unanimously that people think that Joe Biden is not going to make it to the finish line. Now, I've been saying that on the program, like many other people, for a long time, that Joe Biden doesn't look like he can make it to the finish line. But how exactly is that going to look? The Democrats are just not, they're not going to just throw it away and say, okay, Trump, come in and, take the presidency. They're going to fight him tooth and nail. So what does that look like? And the New York Post presented an angle that I wasn't really aware of. I don't know, for some reason didn't notice it. Or it never occurred to me that that's how it could roll. There's a few possible outcomes. The first is Joe Biden resigns, and then they all champion around Kamala Harris. But that's not a slam dunk. That's a sloppy convention. Kamala Harris is not entitled to any of Joe Biden's delegates. She'll have to go to the convention and earn it herself. Now, the other scenario, or have an open convention where anybody could come in and put their name into the mix. Right? But the other one that I failed to realize is that if Joe Biden resigns, that's the word, right? Right. He's not going to do it now because NATO is next week. He's got, he doesn't want to be, the longer he could push it off before the convention, he won't be a lame duck. Right? A lame duck meaning that he has no power because anything he tries to get into policy is not going to stick because he's not going to be the president. Right. So lame duck Joe. September, October, 2 months of lame duck Joe, lame duck Joe. And who did they stick in there, right? Who did they stick in there? See, if Kamala Harris she's already in the Oval Office. You see how that works? Joe Biden resigns, Kamala Harris ascends to power. She's sitting in the Oval Office. Now, the Democrats are going to rally behind the incumbent president. Right? It's an easy easy way to shaft the American people. What do you mean you don't want to support the first black woman as the president of the United States? Forget about the fact that people don't like her. Joe Biden himself doesn't seem to like her. She fails at most of the projects thrown at her. Look at the border. She fails at trying to win over the American people. Look at the debates from 2020. People didn't like her. Tulsi Gabbard almost single-handedly knocked her out, right? Unconscious. Right? So the way to the first and probably the easiest way to get rid of Joe Biden is to have him resign. If he resigns, boom, Kamala Harris is the sitting president, and she runs against Trump, which of course she's going to lose. She's not going to win. But the Democrats are, egotistical enough to think that they can stuff Kamala Harris down everybody's throat. Now, the outside liar, the outside one and there is a poll. This is not speculation. There is a poll. People have been asked this question. Who else? And it's not Gavin Newsom, and it's not fucking, Christina Aguilera. It's Michelle Obama. Michelle fucking Obama, right, beats Trump head-to-head by 12 points and 11 points, respectfully, in two separate polls that we'll look at. So that's a kind of a surprise. Does Michelle Obama have any interest in being the president of the United States? She probably never. It probably has occurred to her, but she's never considered it, making the run herself, right? Because of the gruelingness of it. But this wouldn't be very grueling. It would be go to the convention and for 2 months scream and yell every day, right? And have Barack Obama at your side, and Joe, and Camilla, and everybody else, and every talk show. Michelle Obama is far more digestible to most people. They know her. She's pleasant. She's not Kamala Harris, right? But again, she's not Oprah, right? If you want your famous black president woman, pick Oprah, right? Oprah would fucking be a great president. Right? I think I would vote for Oprah. I would vote for Oprah if she wasn't running against Trump, right? But I think that the Democrats, might benefit from a celebrity like Oprah. So Marcus Conte putting Oprah into the nominating process. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Welcome. Weevil Girl is here. Weevil Girl on the wrench. Faucet Pay Fines headquarters. What's up? What's up? Vinny D. Martini, motherfuckers. Vinny's here. What's up, Vinny? David Brown, Cass Philly Camden, Sickle Fritz 896 in the house. Quinn Smith, good morning. Jim Gerard, old friend, what's up, Jim? And William R. Hall says, Michelle, Big Mike Obama, Big Mike. Let's bring that one back. That Michelle Obama is really a man. There's a big fucking. That was a big controversy, right? There's a lot of people that suspect that Michelle Obama, once upon a time, had a 3-piece set. And then she met Barack and lost it. And I don't believe that. I think she's a fucking woman, and those are obviously her kids. They look like her. Sasha and Malia, whatever her fucking name is. Right, the two kids. Come on. It's not a dude, right? But it's a fun thing to speculate, right? That Barack Obama married a tranny that was able to have a baby, right? 2 of them. Right? It's fucking crazy, right? If it's true, it's like a miracle, right? Right? With all Obama's money. Well, he didn't have money at the time, but anyway, we'll look at this fascinating story. Here's my thumbnail today. Joe is fading fast. He's fading. This is historical. In my lifetime, I've never seen a president wilt so quickly. Ronald Reagan did, if you recall. Ronald Reagan ran in 80, 84, and then by the time the second term was out, he already lost his mind. Clearly, unequivocally senile. Joe, it does, sadly, Joe Biden is mentally deteriorating. It is clear. He was not able to rebound from that disaster of a debate. He tried to double down and go on ABC and say, "Oh, look, there's nothing wrong. I just had a bad day with Trump." And the consensus is that no, it's not a bad day. It's the end of life, kind of, fading away. You can't walk, you can't talk, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, Joe. So it's time to respectfully, for the good of the country, step the fuck aside, Joe. My name is Mark Esconti. There's my thumbnail. There's my website. And I do have one. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the great United States of America, right here. We're live every morning, 9 a.m., right here on YouTube. Philosophical, educational talk about the current events. Nothing can be construed as being conspiratorial or presidential or electoral or political. It's just talk, man. This is just talk. This is what fucking someone looks like when they're talking, right? Don't pay attention to the words coming out of their mouth. Just realize that they're just talking, and that is a protected exercise in America. Freedom of speech while we still have it. And every morning, 9 a.m., along with these fine people over here in the chat, these are all real people, not this is not I fucking IV generated, right? It's not AI generated. These are real people, real wonderful people that come on a daily basis, or sometimes, right? And we shoot the shit. So here's an interesting clip. We'll start here. First Lady Jill Biden says stop screaming at me. Stop screaming. Jill Biden, Jill, the wife. I think the fake wife too, right? Isn't she like a half wife? Is Jill Biden Hunter's mother? No, right? Hunter has another mother. They got the same father, different mothers. So here she comes.
Dr. Biden, do you have any message to House Democrats who are calling for your husband to drop out of the race?
Let's listen.
How are you feeling about the state of the race? All right, ladies.
Why are you screaming at me? You know me. What the fuck are you talking about? And then she blows it off. Why are you screaming at me? All right, so she's being pompous. That is a pompous thing to say to the press. Why are you screaming at me? Don't scream at me. Ugh. Please, man. This is Joe Biden's fucking support. Right? That's Joe Biden's support. His wonderful wife. Now, does Joe Biden have Parkinson's disease? There's a lot of ways to diagnose Parkinson's disease. One is you observe the person, which America and the whole world is doing right now. Observing the person, the gait, the way he walks, the way he talks. Is there any shakes? Is there any convulsions and fucking right? Where your nerves start to fire, your fucking neurons are firing, right? You get Parkinson's disease, right? It turns out that he probably doesn't have that. But listen to this quick report. There was a top Parkinson's doctor who visited the White House 10 times. I'm not buying this story. I just want to. It looks like we're ruling out Parkinson's. That's to me. It's just simple dementia, right? Whatever you want to call it. Parkinson's is a little more definable, a little more extreme, where you break down fast. But listen to this.
You thought concerns about Joe Biden's health and fitness could not get worse? They can. White House visitor logs reviewed by the New York Post show a Parkinson's disease specialist met with President Biden's doctor earlier this year. That specialist had visited the White House 10 times since late 2022.
That's not conclusive, really. 10 times. What was he doing there? He might have been there to see somebody else, or again, doctors a lot of times will show up to do something called ruling out. they rule out Parkinson's. Right? So, Parkinson's expert, I'm ruling it out. That's what they'll do.
The big question now, why? The White House responding to the Washington Examiner, quote, a wide variety of specialists from the Walter Reed system visit the White House complex to treat the thousands of military personnel who work on the grounds. Separately, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is calling on the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, to testify before Congress about the president's fitness to...
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Mr. Comer. Subpoena some of these doctors. Any doctor that's seen Joe Biden, depose them, I guess that's what you call it, and have lawyers depose them, go 5 hours of questions, or just drag them into Congress so everybody can see it, and just ask them simple questions. Have you ever examined Joe Biden? There's medical... There's medical protections involved, but you can get around that by having Joe Biden sign a HIPAA release. All Joe Biden has to do is sign a HIPAA release to his doctors to talk freely to the press, to the public. Right? He's a public figure. He's running for public office. There shouldn't be any reason why the American people can't see what's under the hood. Right? So subpoena the doctors to appear in court. Have Joe Biden sign a HIPAA release where the American people can see the unredacted documents from his doctor, the notes, right? Doctors make notes. Sometimes they make recordings, right? And the public should have a right to see all of that. That part of it I agree with. Does Joe Biden, can you say that Joe Biden, can you diagnose Joe Biden from this angle with Parkinson's? I don't think so.
To serve. Comer says O'Connor has ties to the Biden family business that could compromise his medical assessments of the president. Dr. Mark Siegel, professor of medicine at NYU Langone Medical Center and Fox News contributor, is here with more on this. A Parkinson's disease specialist met with President Biden's physician in the White House 10 times since 2022. Wouldn't they have done the basic test for Parkinson's on the president, Dr. Siegel, which we have no...
Listen to this. This doctor pretty much sums it up. Dr. Siegel. Listen to Dr. Siegel say it.
Evidence of, I think it's called a DAT scan. It's a dopamine transporter scan. If they suspected Parkinson's disease, or there would be some evidence of tremors in the president,
yes,
if they suspected that?
Correct.
So those are great questions. First of all, you can have Parkinson's without the tremor. Second of all, they have actually reported twice now in yearly physicals that he doesn't have Parkinson's.
Okay, so they've already reported he doesn't have Parkinson's. He doesn't have Parkinson's, according to these doctors.
So they obviously had some concern. They had a Parkinson's specialist there.
Right.
Dagan, the gait that he has is not a shuffling gait that we usually see with Parkinson's.
Right.
But I think they probably were looking at him for this. But, you know, not only was that scan not reported anywhere, but what about a basic MRI? Because he has atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat, and that leads off.
So he's got AFib and an irregular heartbeat. I didn't know that about Biden. He has atrial fibrillation. That could cause you to pass out. That could cause you to drop. Right?
To something called vascular dementia, where you don't get enough blood flow to areas of the brain. That would be number one on my list of concerns. Right. And an MRI can show that. And Carl Bernstein reporting these freezing episodes, that could be due to the white matter of on the outside of the brain if there's insufficient blood flow. But listen.
Right. So this doctor's ruling out Parkinson's. I agree.
Here's the real point. We don't have any of this information. We don't know. And that's what's most disturbing. We have these glowing physicals that he had these huge neurological evaluations.
All right, so we need to. That's the thing with this Parkinson's. You need to subpoena doctors that have seen him, and you got to get Joe Biden to release the medical record, and then you'll have it. Because without that, this is your president. Here he is. Let's watch the stumble videos. Watch the sandbag, Joe. I didn't see it. Who put the fucking sandbag there? What the fuck, man? I shit my pants. I shit my pants. I shit my pants. Get the sandbag. I shit my pants. I just shit my pants. So that's Joe Biden trying to get off stage. Here he is trying to climb a flight of steps. Joe, watch out, Joe. Watch out. Oh, shit. Hey, and recover. Oh, you fell down, Joe. You went boom. How about ride a bicycle? Can you ride a bike? Can you ride a bike, Joe, without falling on your face? What a jerk. Here he goes, watch. He can't get off the bike, watch. How did he get off the bike? Hold on, wait.
He might lost.
What a jerk. What's this? Oh, here he is a few days ago. I missed this one. He was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
This is the conversation I'm proud to.
John Fetterman. These are some of the quacks that are still promoting him in Pennsylvania, where Joe Biden is losing by 7 points to Donald Trump.
Have between now and November, because that's our guy.
Hey, put your shirt and tie on, John Fetterman. Put your shirt and tie on. Have some respect.
And that's the way it's going to stay.
Take a look at what has been accomplished
We're paying you to be the senator. Put on your fucking suit.
under this president. And I can tell you close up and personally, the contrast couldn't be greater.
I trust Joe Biden with my daughter's future. So what we need to do as Democrats, we need to not worry, we need to work.
You don't give a shit about the country. You just give. All right, so look at the polls. Let's look at the polls. Latest polls in yesterday, Monday. Looks like they're all coming from Emerson. Arizona, Trump by 4. Georgia, Trump by 5. Michigan, Trump by 1. Nevada, Trump by 6. Pennsylvania, where John Fetterman, the guy you just heard, who also lost his mind. It seems like his mind is coming back a little bit. But again, he's half Joe Biden's age. Pennsylvania, Trump by 5. Wisconsin, Trump by 3. And general overall, Trump by 2. The only outlier, but here's the real. So that's the latest. Where's the poll? It's fucking 538. Yeah. So the polls. That's the polls. But there's a 538. Here it is. This is the one. Look at this. July 2nd. Michelle Obama, right? Trump by. What am I talking about here? Yeah, Trump is up. Harris, if Kamala Harris runs against Trump by 11. If Trump runs against Biden, Trump by 5. But Michelle Obama up by 12 points. Fucking what are you talking about? According to Reuters. July 1st and 2nd, Reuters did a poll. Do we believe the poll? Michelle Obama up by 12. And then they did it again. Michelle Obama by 11. What the hell is going on? That is fucking crazy, man. You need to see a little more polling. One company and 2 polls is not conclusive, but it does tell you something about the American people. Oh, yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I like Michelle Obama. Yeah, I'd vote for her. Joe Biden, no. I think he's too old. Camilla, I don't like her. Michelle Obama, yeah, I like her. Oprah, yeah, black woman and famous. I like them. I like either pick one of the famous black women, right? It's incredible that affirmative action stuff that's going on. But here's the inevitable, right? These are the possibilities. What is this? What is this? What is this video? I don't know what this video is. I don't want to watch it. So here's how Biden does the inevitable and withdraws from the presidential race. Right? How does he do it? How does Joe Biden get out of the way? Do they walk into the office and say, Joe Biden, you're fired? No, you can't do that. He's the president of the United States. He has to either resign or have some sort of game plan, right, to just say, I'm not going to run again, right? Resign. But if he resigns, who's the president? Kamala Harris. Right? It makes perfect sense. Right? Look at the Post breaks it down beautifully. Right? Challenge. Yeah. Right. So there's Camilla. Democrats won't want to risk Biden dragging the entire ticket down with him, especially given how much the party faithfully hate and fear Trump. Hey, man, I'm trying to do a show in here. People fucking screaming outside my window. Democrats won't want to... Why don't you come on the show, man? Come on the show. Come on the show. Ring the bell. Come on the show. Don't ring the bell. There is no bell. There's only one solution to this dilemma. Biden must go. This won't likely happen in the next 2 weeks, right? This is important because NATO is next week. He will not want to be a lame duck at the NATO fucking whatever in Washington, right? The GOP convention is held the following week. Republicans will use the week to lambast Biden. He will not want to give them the added boost of withdrawing their moment in the sun, right? So if Biden is going to resign, right, then resign. We're talking about resignation, right? Then it's not going to happen. Well, if he, the Democrats won't want to trade that. So if he bows out, right, he's still the sitting president, right? Right. So here's the first. Just bear with me for a second. I'm trying to get the three possibilities in order. The first possibility involves orchestrating Vice President Kamala Harris's ascent. This could be limited to Biden and party leaders collectively endorsing Harris as part of the president's withdrawal announcement. That could push her bid over the finish line, but their support would not legally hand her the nomination. Once Biden bows out, his delegates are unbound. Right? So that's if Biden just says, I'm not going to rerun. But the safer bet, this is the safer bet, right? That's the one that everybody's talking about. Yeah, Joe Biden, he bows out. Kamala Harris tries to run for president, and she's beat down by a lot of other people trying to run for president. She's not the only one in America that would like to be the president on the Democratic side. There's a lot of fucking, shithead governors that would take that job in a heartbeat. Right? Michelle Obama would probably run to the fucking cause. Now, here's the other one. Here's the big one. The safer and more dramatic course is for Biden to resign the presidency. That move automatically elevates Harris to the Oval Office. It's a done deal. She's now President Harris. Joe Biden, well, we forgot about him. He's senile and he left the office. He's left. So now no one will want to challenge the incumbent president, especially given the reason she ascended. Now that's rather brilliant if the Democrats, did that. That is a total dereliction of democracy. The people have no say whatsoever in that. They didn't like Kamala Harris. Nobody picked Kamala Harris. They didn't want her. And I base that on the debates when she debated in 2020. Nobody liked Kamala Harris. And then suddenly Joe Biden picked her because she's a black woman and played those identity politics. How did that work out for you, Joe? So this scenario also avoids the challenge of a sitting vice president trying to chart her own course when the president still sets the policies and agenda. Right? Because Kamala Harris has no skills at all, really, to be the president. I don't know how she got to be senator of California or whatever the fuck she was. She was senator of California for a heartbeat. Right? And the last scenario is the riskiest for Democrats. I don't know about that. I don't know. It could have the highest rewards. So I would say the first scenario where Biden drops out and then he's a lame duck till the end of the year, right? And Kamala Harris tries to make a run for it, right? The other is an open convention, which is kind of the same. Open convention, Biden could do to Harris what Obama, that would signal her competitors, right? So three possible scenarios. The last one, I don't really understand how an open convention is any different than just Biden saying I'm not going to run again. I'm telling you that if Biden says I'm not running again, it's not going to be Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is not a shoo-in. If Joe Biden can somehow be persuaded to resign, and Kamala Harris is appointed to the Democratic to the presidency, she's now the sitting fucking president for at least the end of the year. She's going to be sitting in there all the way into January. That's you could do a lot of damage in 6 months. This woman can fucking destroy the country in 6 months. All right. Kamala Harris, President Kamala Harris for 6 months when nobody voted for her. Right. If the Democrats really want to fuck over the country and they really want to screw their fucking electorate, and they just say, here's Kamala Harris, fuck you, right? You don't get to vote. We pick the candidate, right? Yeah, you can vote, but vote for our candidate. Right? So, Wake Now says that makes sense, but is that her maiden name or her married name? That doesn't matter. Like when celebs get married, they keep their name. I don't think anybody cares about that. What's in a name anyway? Look at her. Kamala Harris in the blue pantsuit, right? Fucking, I'm a girl out on the street, she was saying. Right? So I like that. Thank you, New York Post, for that possibility. And look, there's nothing wrong with having black women in charge. Here's a black woman.
Because I do take offense
to
what Ed alluded to. You know, come out here every day. There's a press briefing. And we do our best to give you the information that we have at the time.
No, you don't. You don't. You're a lying piece of crap. You're a lying sack of shit is what you are. You come out there and you spin like everybody else. You fabricate the facts. You don't tell people what's really happening in the world. You tell what's on the piece of paper, the talking points, what you're privy to tell. So stop lying.
That's what we do.
No, it's not what you do.
And we understand that freedom of the press, we respect the freedom of the press. You heard me talk about this last week. I appreciate the back and forth that we all have. I try to respect you, and I hope you try to respect me.
Vondaloo says she's not black. She's more like caramel apple color. Yeah, I guess she's a caramel apple.
And we literally do everything that we can. My team does everything that we can to make sure we get the answers to you. That's what we do. And sometimes we disagree. Sometimes we are not in a...
Wake Now says everything is in a name. Yeah, you might be true. Then you bring up the Rothschilds. Kennedy, right? Kennedy is 17 points out there because of the name, right? Michelle Obama.
Agreement.
Oprah. I tell you, man, one word president. Oprah. Right? Oprah Winfrey.
But you know what? That's democracy. That is what is important, to have that healthy back and forth. And so,
if you had a poll, if it was a poll between Kamala Harris, because the Democrats are definitely, they want their black woman, right? So Kamala Harris versus Oprah versus Michelle Obama. Who do you think would win there? That's a good survey. Who would you vote for? Michelle Obama, Oprah, or fucking Camilla?
To say that I'm holding it.
I'm done with her. She's horrible. There she is. Oh my God! It's Michael. And we saw that she's polling 12 points. Doesn't matter that Michelle Obama, she might be hearing this for the first time. She might be hearing, I polled 12 points over Trump. Oh, shit. Right? She's living a very large life right now. The Obamas left the White House loaded, millions and millions of dollars. She never had that kind of money or that kind of time or that kind of celebrity. She's out there partying in Italy and in the south of France and fucking, the Bahamas. Right? Do you think Michelle Obama wants to give up that lifestyle to sweat in the Oval Office? She knows what it entails. She saw Barack fucking, almost fall to pieces. A young, strong guy. So does Michelle Obama really want the presidency? Probably not. Does she have any interest in it? No. Would she do it if someone came to her and said, Michelle, you're the candidate? Of course she would. She would almost have to. Who would say no to that? Right? It may not be something you like, but who would say no to that? Right? Is Michelle Obama well connected? Of course she is. The guy in the bed next to her, or next to her in the bed, however they arrange that, is Barack Obama. Friends with the Clintons, friends with everybody. Right? So is Michelle Obama a possibly good candidate? I think so. But Vik Ramaswamy seems to think so. Let's listen.
If you don't think President Biden is going to be the nominee, who do you think is going to replace him?
Look, again, I think you got to track the incentives and the psychology of the party that's at issue here. In this case, that's the Democratic Party. There's an uncomfortable truth. Kamala Harris was not qualified to be the vice president.
Correct.
She didn't even make it to the Iowa caucus. She was wildly unpopular, and I think egregiously unqualified to serve as the vice president. She's failed on every initiative she's been given, most notably for border security, where that's been one of the real black marks on the Biden presidency.
Vivek Ramaswamy really sums it up because she was a failure as a vice president. She didn't do anything special. Every job she was given, especially the border, she failed.
Many black marks on that presidency. Nonetheless, they went with her for one reason: identity politics.
Bingo.
Don't take it from me. Look at what many Democrats said at the time.
They did. They said black woman. Joe Biden said it. I want a black woman.
The basis for being
he got his black woman
put into that position, that she was a woman of color. Their words, not mine.
Correct.
Well, if they put her in that position based on identity politics, then I think it's going to be very difficult for them to pass her over unless they actually admit they were wrong before, which is impossible for them to do.
Yep.
And so I think it's either got to be Kamala Harris or somebody else who checks those same boxes.
Oprah.
Like Michelle Obama. And I think the latter possibility, people discount it. I think it's actually more likely than most people expect, because that would also be the type of figure that...
David Brown asks, did the Obamas ever get a new chef? Yeah, right. They killed the last one, remember? Remember that young black chef that was in Martha's Vineyard? He was out in the back on the beach and they found him dead. What did he know? What did the chef, the former chef, Barack Obama's chef, see that landed him in the Clinton body bag? I don't know.
That rises above the otherwise personal competitive forces that a lot of other ambitious people who might want to run for president in the Democratic Party would have competing against each other. I think Michelle Obama does rise above that fray while still paying homage to the temple of identity politics.
I think he's accurate in saying that. Michelle Obama has more political clout than someone like Oprah, but Oprah would fastly gain that. Remember, Oprah is a media person. Oprah has a lot of money. Oprah has billions of dollars to blow, right? And is very, very. There's no. If you had to pick who's the best on camera of all of the candidates, right? More so than Trump. Trump is good on camera. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is good on camera. But you're talking about Oprah. Oprah's fucking firebrand, right? Millions and millions and millions of women love Oprah, right? They love Oprah's face, and she's a good actor. Look at the movie, case in point, the movie The Color Purple, where Oprah played the stepwife or the wife of the beat down wife. What a fucking great performance, Oprah. So Oprah Winfrey.
That resulted in Kamala Harris's elevation in the first place.
Michelle Obama has said before that she doesn't want to run, but who do you think has the better chance of beating Trump? Because both Biden and Harris, in a recent CNN poll, are losing to Trump, but the gap between Harris and Trump is smaller. So who do you think is the Democrats' best option?
Look, that's for the Democratic Party to decide.
Right.
The reality is I think President Trump is on a firm course to not only win this election, but to potentially win this election in a unifying landslide like we haven't seen in this country in a generation.
I think Vivek Ramaswamy is correct in that. All of the things we're talking about, how the Democrats replace the candidate, that's all it really is. I believe it's a replacement of a candidate who fails. And again, the American people are not even part of this decision. There was no primaries. There's no kick the tires, get to know the candidate, win, have the candidate win over the populace, rallies, and nothing. Just boring, nothing Kamala Harris or an infomercial for fucking Michelle Obama. You remember Barack? And here's my lovely children, Sasha and Malia. We handled the presidency from the other side, and now we're taking the driver's seat, motherfuckers, all three of us.
It's Reagan in 1980 and 1984. And I do think this country is in bad need of that type of unifying result. We're used to these razor-thin margins all the way from the 2000 election on down that I do think has divided this country and created an artificial perception of division. When, in fact, when I travel this country now, a lot of people in communities that would have...
Vivek, he's calling for a landslide. He's calling for a 1980-1984 rerun of Ronald Reagan, right, with Trump. Right? I think that's what we're looking at. I don't see how, again, unless the Democrats really pull do they have the balls to really pull a Michelle Obama out of the hat or fucking Oprah? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's that kind of talent in the Democratic Party.
Otherwise, supposedly gone Democrat, urban inner city.
Because they're all egomaniacs. They're like, fuck you, man, pick me. All right, thank you for Vavik. Let's look at the markets. The markets were, the futures, NASDAQ futures were up. Dow futures were down. Now let's see, we're open. 942, NASDAQ up 67. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 89. S&P 500 up 10. Trump Technologies, $30 a share, down 6 cents today. Reddit up 3 to 75. Tesla up another 3. Tesla's been moving upward. The ETF that tracks the NASDAQ way up, $83 a fucking share. Oh my God. Oh shit, I should have bought it when it was 30. I fucked that one up, man. I really screwed myself on that one. I don't know why I didn't get in. I don't know. It's also money. Money's tight right now, right? And you need to, you trade the market. You got to let your money sit there for a while. And you need the money. What do? I need the money, and you take the money out and you spend it. Right? So that's usually what happens. NVIDIA 131. Damn, you could have got a piece of this for half the price. Right. So markets are very up. Let's not talk about what could have, might have. Let's talk about what is. Meta, Facebook, up another $5 a share. $534 a share for Mark Zuckerberg. Wow. Microsoft, $464 per share. And Bitcoin, wow. Bitcoin down another. It's coming down. It's pulling back. 3,000. Down 3,000? No, $3. Excuse me. It's not down big. 57,000 per share. It's down $3 right now. That's nothing. So it's laying flat. Bitcoin flat today at 57,200. War stocks: Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing plane still falling out of the sky, down down 76 cents. Moderna up $1. Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, the holiest vaccine stocks, which nobody is talking about anymore, the vaccine, Nobody wants it anymore. Nobody wants their garbage. All down today. So overall, markets are doing fine. NASDAQ is hovering around 40,000. Dow Jones Industrial Average hovering around 40,000. The NASDAQ blew through 17. 18.4. Amazing run for the market. That plays, into the Democrats' hand, right? And you get a Kamala Harris. She's just going to fucking rubber stamp everything that is, pro-corporate. Right? That would be a real disaster. I think the biggest disaster, I'll say that in finality. I think although I think Trump will win, a final way to screw America royally, right? If the Democrats really want to screw America and screw you out of any possibility of a democracy, right? They'll convince Joe Biden to drop out, to resign. Not drop out, but resign. There's two, drop out of the race or resign. resign the presidency and ascend Kamala Harris to the top, and you'll have her, right, from August, September, October, November, December, January, all the 6 months of fucking Kamala Harris. Holy shit, right? Holy smokes, right? And then they're gonna run the incumbent president, Kamala Harris, right? That would be a total fucking disaster for Americans. So thank you all for joining me. Mark Scott today reporting. Anything else? Oh, that's me. I don't got a video. I don't have a video. I don't have a video queued up. So I guess I got to sing for you. I think Oprah needs a song. Oprah, Oprah, where are you? Oprah, Oprah, the people are calling for you. President Oprah, President Oprah, President Oprah Winfrey. No, hell no, hell no, hell no. Give us Michelle. Give us Michelle. We want Michelle. We want Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama. Peace, everybody. Marcus Conte reporting.